Howdy y'all. So today we're taking a look at a very budget optic from UUQ, which I have never heard of actually. So they reached out to me and asked if I'd be willing to review one of their optics, and I said sure. I have no affiliation with them. I did not request this. All right folks, so let's take a look at what we got here. Now, this company, UUQ, reached out to me a while back and asked me if I'd be willing to review one of their products. And I said, sure, let's check it out. So they sent me this optic. I have no affiliation with UUQ. In fact, I've never even heard of them until they reached out to me. So I wasn't sure even what I was getting. I did look up on YouTube and searched a little bit on UUQ. And they are a made in China optics company. And there are a few reviews up on YouTube of different UUQ scopes. But this was my first experience. So let's go ahead and get in the box here. See what we've got. Now, UPS decided to torture test this optic for me before I did anything. The box, I'll throw up a picture here. The box was absolutely just beat to hell when I got it. So I can't imagine what this optic went through getting to me. But we do have some foam padding wrapped around it. And it is in a bag, so hopefully it did okay. Yeah, so you do have some flip-up lens covers on this, front and rear. And they seem to be pretty decent. This one doesn't like to close, but it does pop in, just requires a little manipulation. Let's hold off on this for a second. Let's show what else we get in the box here. We have our instructions, which are pretty basic. You got some mounting instructions, some sighting instructions, adjustment and distance, and they overview some of their different models here. So pretty basic instructions. You do get a couple of scope mounts that come with it. They seem to be pretty good for what this is. $30 scope. I'm sure they'll work. You get a cleaning cloth and Allen wrench for mounting, and you get a 1-year warranty with this. This is the warranty card. QR code on the back, or you can go to their website, UUQ, and a bunch of other words I can't read through the camera. So that's what you get in the box. Now the scope itself, we're going to take this cover off so we can show all the features here. This is a 3x9x40 diopter ring here, and that's pretty smooth. Your magnification, your throw lever there, so 3 power to 9 power. This is an illuminated scope. Battery cover is here. You have red and green illuminated reticle, and that controls that. So you can see there we got the red illumination, and it's got 5 levels of brightness, and green illumination with 5 levels of brightness. This is a multi-coated glass, nitrogen filled, supposedly water resistant or waterproof actually. They have O-rings in here. Now this is all coming from them. I haven't tested any of that yet, so I'm just giving you kind of the specs of what they tell me. Windage and elevation here. These are screw-on turret covers. Unscrew those. You just have finger adjustments, which is nice. You don't need a tool. Clicks are pretty positive. Again, just repeating what they have told me. This is an aircraft grade aluminum. I have no way of testing that, so I'll have to take their word for it. The overall length on this is 12.3. Now compare this to something a little shorter like this 3x9x40 compact. It is, a little bit larger scope for sure. So just know that if you're interested in one of these. So we're going to get into the positives first. The illumination's really nice. It's very bright. The throw lever moves, pretty easily. It's very usable. The windage and elevation adjustments. You got these turret covers here. They are very positive, and you can adjust these in the field. You don't need any kind of tools, not like a Allen wrench adjustment or a screwdriver or anything. You just twist them. The glass is pretty clear, and at 50 yards, it was pretty good accuracy. So I'll get into the negatives. The eye box and eye relief are a little unforgiving. If you move too much out of that range, you start to get the half moon, the little circles and whatnot. The eye relief was better. I could move back a little further, but it's not great, but to be expected from a $30 scope. You do have some flip up covers. They don't fit really well. You kind of have to maneuver them. They're not bad. They're just, You do get the scope mounts with them, which seem to be pretty good quality. The illumination during the daytime is pretty much non-existent. You're not going to see that. But in low light conditions, if you're shooting at early morning or kind of later in the evening before the sun goes down, you will see the illumination. It is nice. You do have a diopter ring. That's also nice. And I did have to use that a little bit. The other downside of this is I believe I reached out to them and they didn't confirm exactly. But I believe the parallax on this is set at 50 yards. And at 50 yards, I could see everything super clear. And it was accurate. I'll throw a target up here in a second. But at 50 yards, now at 100 yards, I started having trouble, a little blurriness and whatnot. The diopter helped a little bit, but I wasn't able to get a super tight group at 100. And I think it is because the parallax on this scope is set at 50. It'd be a great scope for small game hunting and things like that under 50 yards or up to 50 yards. Even 75 I could see clearly, but at 100 it was stretching. Even though it's a 3x9x40, that parallax being set at 50 starts to get a little fuzzy downrange. But I'm pretty impressed with it for a $30 scope. I don't normally dip quite that low on scopes. One of the most budget scopes I've ever used, actually, and it did hold up pretty well. It was pretty accurate up to that certain distance, and it seems to be well constructed, so fairly happy with it so far. I'm going to move it to something else, probably something in 22 long rifle that doesn't quite have the range of this 17 HMR, and it'll just be a fun little plinker for 50 yards. And I'm not going to complain about $30 scope being on that. If it holds zero and it's fun, I'm good with that. So if you're looking for a very budget-friendly scope for a rimfire rifle, for a little 22 long rifle, something like that, give these guys a shot. The UUQ, 100 rounds through this, a 17 HMR. It held zero once I got it zeroed. And that's what I got for you today, friends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. All helps the channel. Also, I'll put a link to my campsite page in the description below. Don't forget to check that out. I put some affiliate deals in there, so that helps out the channel. All right, I will see y'all next time I make a video. Y'all stay safe out there.